Garza and my partners are Yurida Ibarra and Ana Martinez. This is our low footprint presentation and we are group 4. For breakfast, we had scrambled eggs, boiled eggs, mango smoothies, green smoothies, fruits with oats and almonds. And this is a picture of some of our breakfast meals. For snacks, we had almonds, pistachios, oranges, grapefruit, apples, carrots, jicama, and peanut butter. And again, these are some of our pictures. For lunch, we had egg with carrots, tomatoes, more carrots, fruit salads, apples, oranges, asparagus, rice, and chicken that we used for our cheat meal, which is right here. Experience. What was it like? It was hard to accomplish. I'm not gonna lie. The hardest part was getting together and trying to find a steady time for all of us to do it at the same time. So Yurida and I did agree on getting together so we can help one another and it'll make it easier because we're both doing the same thing, so we're gonna both eat the same thing as well. Anna, unfortunately, she couldn't make it, so she was doing her own meals. Whenever she had a hard time, she would FaceTime us and we would just video chat to help her like being consistent with it within the whole week. How did you achieve it? Well, we did risk our jobs. We did call in a couple of times just because we knew that it was important and we had to get through it. They were understandable, so we still have those jobs. And also deciding to get together as a team, like I said, Yurida and I agreed on getting together throughout the week, so that helped us a lot by being there for one another. What did you learn from the experience? We learned to request days ahead of time just so we wouldn't be calling in, risking our jobs. Be more wise when grocery shopping. So as we were trying to figure things out and trying to buy what we could and what we couldn't, it helped us become more wiser, as in like, okay, well now we know what the ingredients have, we know what helps the environment, so we did learn a lot about that. We also learned how important it is to use less carbon dioxide to help out our environment. What advice would you give someone else taking on this project? So my best advice is plan ahead. Plan your meals ahead, maybe a week ahead. That way you won't be rushing it. You won't be just thinking of what to do or repeating your meals as we sort of did. And think wisely on what you want to eat. So like I said, since we did repeat our meals several times, I would suggest just to plan ahead so you can actually enjoy and like learn more about foods, so you can be eating something different each day. Also to motivate each other. Without each other, we probably would have cheated halfway through the week just because it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. We were starving since it was something different. We did have like less portions that we usually have. We were eating a lot of carbs, so it was getting us full, but not having protein around, which is like chicken and beef, it was kind of hard because that's something that we do intake every day. So motivation is what keeps you there, keeps your team going. How could you improve the experience? Like I've mentioned before, just planning ahead. Planning ahead will make things a lot easier. So my experience, the hardest part was leaving meat out just because I sort of do count my calories and I do get my protein by meats and chicken. So that was kind of hard because it was hard to improvise with my protein intake. Since I am used to eating somewhat healthy on a daily basis, it wasn't super hard for me just because I've kind of like have experience with just eating veggies most of the time. But like I said, the hard part was leaving meat out. Since meat is what gets me full, I was a bit more hungry during the week, but only because, like I said, I was eating smaller portions and just things that were plant-based foods. I did feel guilty because I did cheat. I ate some enchiladas because I couldn't resist the meat. did cheat. By cheating and by doing the low footprint also helped me appreciate food, and I will never take it for granted. Cooking at my house was hard due to all the munchies at home. So if you were to go back to some pictures, like for example, right here, you can see that there's some cookies up there. So like I said, my house is full of munchies. Like literally, we have every type of chip inside our cabinets. So it was really hard. But then again, Yurida was there, so she helped me kind of like say no to chips, say no to fast food, say no to healthy things. Ecological footprint is an estimate of land and water are needed to provide the resource an individual or a nation consumes. For instance, like fuel, food, and housing. Also, to engage the waste it causes, of which carbon releases are a major component. Ecological footprint, world's population was 2.6 global hectares. Ecological footprint is the understanding the usage of resource. Carbon footprint is pretty much the amount of carbon dioxide or carbon compounds being produced by consuming the fossil fuels by an individual. The goal here is to use the less carbon dioxide as much as you can, just to help the environment be better, because it's pretty bad.
Hello, I'm Yuridia, and this is my experience. I started on week April 14th through the 20th, prior to Easter. I started it on a Sunday to be able to end on a Saturday, so that I can enjoy my Easter with my family, friends, and loved ones. I did get sick during that week, so I didn't feel as hungry as I usually feel. And my Wednesday and Saturday was the most difficult days, because on Wednesdays I like to stay at home, watch movies, and eat pizza, candies, chocolate, and all sorts of junk food. And as I was eating my salad, I was picturing that I was eating pizza. So it was so hard. And then on Saturday, it was the last day, and I just wanted to finish. Like, I didn't want to deal with that day. But my group members, they helped me like stay strong and to finish with a good day. I did fail to not go to any thrift stores or like buy used materials. So right here, I did have a project for my other class, and we had to buy like good materials in order to have the poster board. And then in this picture, my niece was having her first Easter, so we decided to buy flowers and then put them as one. And then these, they're baskets that I decided to build for my nephew and my nieces. And then this one, I was craving an agua mineral preparada, and my mom wanted a rusa, so I had to buy it. Like, I could not resist myself. I love agua mineral preparada, and I also love rusa, so I took a little bit of hers too. It was actually a great experience for me, because it helped me save the planet, like, in a way. Well, it helped me save the planet. I was using a reusable cup. It was a hydro flask, and I was just filling up my cup every morning from my filtered water at home from the fridge, and that's what I would drink every day. So when I would run out of water, I would find a water fountain or anything that I could be able to drink water without using a plastic cup or any sort of of cup. So we decided to not do dinner for the week. I usually don't eat dinner like most of the times, and that actually helped us because I didn't know like what kind of recipes to make or anything like that. So we just stick to like mainly fruits and salads, and it was pretty good. Everything that we did, I would already eat them, so it was okay for me. This is our difficulty graph, from 0 to 10, 0 being the least difficult and 10 being the most difficult. For me, as I mentioned, Wednesday and Saturday were my most difficult days, and you can see how Anna's difficult days were different. Hers was Sunday and Monday, and for Jennifer, it was mainly Wednesday and Thursday. Human population growth. In just a few seconds, 30 babies will be born and 13 people will die around the world. The cause of population growth is an imbalance between birth rates and death rates. The first rise in the world of population was approximately 400 million people in 1500 to the current population of more than 7.5 billion. This happens because birth rates increase more than death rates occur. In the 1900s, population growth began to pick up steam because Europe and the United States led to advances in nutrition, sanitation, and medical care. By the mid-century, there were improvements in nutrition, sanitation, and healthcare. It had spread and it started to create an increase in birth rates. When the population skyrocketed, scientists became alarmed because the population went from 2 billion in 1927 to 3 billion in just 33 years later. In 1962 was the overall growth rate of the world's population. This happened because advanced medical care continued to improve survivorship, but effective contraceptives held down the birth rate. In table 19.3, you can see how more developed countries have a growth rate of population close to 0. And in figure 19.20, we can see how the population growth will increase in the next few decades. Humans as an invasive species. The pronghorn antelope is the descendant of ancestors that roamed the open plain of North America and are considered the fastest mammals on the continent. The Pleistocene epoch lasted from 1.8 million to 10,000 years ago. Ecologists hypothesize that the pronghorn's ancestors were running from the now extinct American cheetah. North America was home to an intimidating list of predators, and there were plenty of potential prey. Antelope, Capra america, and other species went extinct with the spread of humans throughout North America. The human population continues to increase, colonizing almost every corner of the world. We all change the environment of other organisms that share our habitats. If the human population continues to grow at a rapid pace, there will be more environmental changes, and it will cause the planet to have more extinct animals.
Hello class, my name is Ana Martinez, and I will be talking about my experience during the fell. On Sunday, I decided to have Wingstop for lunch. My sister went and buy some Wingstop, so I couldn't resist it, and I had Wingstop for lunch. I think the harder part of this project was to work, get meet with my team. And cooking wasn't the hard part. I'm used to cook every day at my house. At my house we eat homemade food, so we cook it daily. Ecology life of polymer. The scientific, well, we choose the polymer for our animal. The scientific name of the polymer is Ursus maritim, which means silver. Polymers, according to the polymer brown bears, between 6 million years ago, some adaptations of the polymers, they can hunt. They are adapted to hunt and swim in cold climates, and some characters of polymers can identify is that they have small ears and short tail. This prevent them to This help them and prevent them to conserve more heat and be warm. The diet they have is that they are carnivorous. Some predators are other polar bears. The prey, when food is unable, they will eat just about any animal they can get, such as reindeer, small runners, seabirds, waterfowl, fish, eggs, vegetation, barrels, and humans' garbage. Why do we choose a polymer? We choose the polymer because it is a critical conditions, and we are becoming extinct due to environment change from other organisms around the world. Classification of the polymer. The polymer is under domain Eukarya. The kingdom is animal, phylum Chordate. The class is mammal. The order is carnivore. The family is Opside. Genus, The genus is Ursus, which means bird, and the species is the polymer. And well, I put these maps so we can have a visual where polymers are found. It is under animals, and then it is eukarya, and it is an animal, and it's a vertebrate animal. We can found it under the chordates.